Magampo ko'y, amoy dayhadian talangit, salamat daya ka sa salamihay inilano kanay. Ginoo, buli kay iman ha makadefend kay taya thesis day. Dadagang yu adan ikaw Ginoo ha ilahan kay madagway panglawa, likay kay humanga katalagman daw mga kasakit. Dawhay idaan sa mga panel day, apel kay sa mga tagtungha, ilay kay hukusog daw kaalam malangiton. Sa pagpadayon day iman, yang ka magbulig ta kanay, yan ampo daw pagpasalamat pinagya balaan ng ngaran no. Amen.
Hi, good day everyone, especially to the thesis committee with the chairperson, Ma'am Christine B. Tenorio, panel member 1, Dr. Lalivi C. Lubus, panel member 2, Sir Emmanuel Jesus T. Barroso, Secretary Ma'am Jessica Sanjarjo, and with the advisor Ma'am Gloria S. Tuban. Presenting to you our research entitled Awareness of Market Vendors on Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation of City Ordinance Number 962, Malaybalay City, Basis for Intervention. We are the researchers. I am Angeli G. Sobrado.
I am Princess K.P. Aliganga.
I am Iron of A. Arimas.
I am Crystal Rose de Reyes.
And I am Jessalmi Sawinay.
Background rationale of this study. The general intent of this study is to determine the level of awareness and challenges encountered of market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers in Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation of City Ordinance 962 in Malaybalay City. The results of this study could highly beneficial to SEDMO, SENRO, LGU, City Health, market vendors, business establishment vendors, customers, and future researchers. Statement of the problem. This study will seek to assess the level of awareness of market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers on plastic and polystyrene Article 7 Ordinance 962 in Malaybalay City. Specifically, this study attempts to answer the following questions. 1. What is the level of awareness of market vendors, establishment vendors, and customers in Malaybalay City on Article 7 Ordinance 962 Series of 2020 in terms of 1.1 Regulation on the use of plastic bag, 1.2 Regulation on the use of polystyrene, 1.3 Regulation on the use of plastic straw, and 1.4 Adoption of the residents on the mandate on bring your own bag. Number 2. What are the challenges encountered by the market vendors, establishment vendors, and customers in Malaybalay City in their awareness of Article 7 Ordinance 962? Number 3. What intervention initiative can be proposed to improve the awareness of market vendors, establishment vendors, and customers in plastic and polystyrene in Malaybalay City, Article 7 Ordinance 962?
Framework of the study. This study is supported by the theory of waste management theory, Framework of the study. This study is supported by the theory of waste management theory, Phillips E. Pogrox, and R. L. Kieksky, 2004, is a more detailed account of the domain and includes conceptual waste analysis, waste activity, and a comprehensive view of waste management's objectives. Theory of waste management is based on the belief that waste management should stop waste from creating harm to the environment and human health. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Each of us needs to contribute in order to keep as much waste out of a landfill as possible. Simply put, reducing means producing less garbage. It is the most effective way to maintain environmental cleanliness. Reduce refers to reducing the quantity of waste we produce. Finding new uses for items that would have otherwise been thrown out is what is meant by reuse. That learning reuse is the process of finding a new use of outdated or unwanted goods that you may be discard. Recycling is the process of turning waste materials into new goods in order to reduce the consumption of virgin resources. Schematic diagram. The first box is awareness of market vendors on Article 7 Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation of City Ordinance Number 962 Malaybalay City Basis for Intervention. Box 2 is level of awareness of market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers on Article 7 City Ordinance No. 962 Series of 2020. 1.1 is regulation in the use of plastic bags, Section 14, Article 7 City Ordinance 962 Series of 2020. 1.2 is regulation in the use of polystyrene, Section 15, Article 7 City Ordinance No. 962 Series of 2020. 1.3 is regulation on the use of plastic straw, plastic stirrers, plastic utensils, and plastic advertisement and propaganda materials. Section 16, Article 7, City Ordinance No. 962 Series of 2020, and 1.4, adaptation of the residents on the mandate and bring your own bags. Section 17 and 18, Article 7, City Ordinance No. 962 Series of 2020. The third box is challenges encountered by the market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers on awareness of Article 7 City Ordinance No. 962 Series of 2020, and the fourth box is proposed intervention.
Review of related literature. Legal basis of plastic and polystyrene regulation. Sustainable Development Goals or SDG of United Nations number 12 ensures sustainable consumption and production patterns. Plastic pollution in the sea and on land is mostly caused by the mass manufacture and use of plastic, particularly plastic used for single-use packaging. Republic Act 9003 and Act provide for an ecological solid waste management program creates the necessary institutional mechanism declaring certain prohibited acts, providing penalties, appropriating funds, and other purposes. This act measures the aim to promote a more justifiable system that is in line to the vision of sustainable development. Malaybalay City Ordinance 962 Series of 2020 on plastic and polystyrene regulation was enacted to prohibit the use of plastic bags and polystyrene. The legislation provides management and advancement to change in the use of plastic materials from various establishment kinds. It encourages people to choose environmentally friendly products or to bring their own bag instead of recycling bags. Research methodology. Research design. This study will use descriptive quantitative research design in data gathering. Descriptive design describes a systematically and accurate fact and characteristic of a given population or area of interest, explicitly by Helen A. Dollock, 1993. Through this, the researcher able to identify and utilize the variables in the study. Research local. This study focused on market vendors and customers located at Barangay Nueve, Malaybalay City. Barangay Nueve, Malaybalay City is near a terminal or bus station. The participant of the study. The respondent of this research with the 70 vendors divided into public market vendors and other establishment vendors and customers of Malaybalay City. They were chosen through stratified random sampling.
For data gathering procedure, the researcher secured a permit to conduct the study from the chairperson, SEDMO designate, research advisor, and administrative and retrieved the tool by the researchers. The researchers provided an informed consent letter to the participants to conduct a study. While ethical consideration, the researcher observed ethical considerations regarding informed consent, privacy, confidentiality, benefits, risk, allowing plagiarism, fabrication, falsification, conflict of interest, deceit, and authorship. In scoring procedure, after knowing the research instrument, the scoring procedure occurs. Scoring procedure is a result in a numerical score to which percentage points may be added through research-made survey questionnaires or survey method. From scale 1 to 5, 1 is the lowest, while 5 is high. Treatment of data. The researcher keeps the data gathered from the participants who responded and carefully keep for analysis to answer the problem of the study and figure as the awareness or quality of results. To analyze and interpret gathered data, relative to the level of awareness of market vendors, the mean and standard deviation will be used for problem number 1. On the challenges, frequency count and percentage. While proposed intervention, use the thematic analysis. Results and findings of the study. Based from the results of the investigation, the following findings were drawn. The market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers reveals high level of awareness on plastic and polystyrene regulation, Ordinance of Balay City. The challenges encountered by the market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers in Balay City in their awareness on plastic and polystyrene regulation includes an adoption on the regulation in the use of plastic bags, regulation in the use of polystyrene, Article 7 of Ordinance Number 962, and adoption of the residents on the mandate on Bring Your Own Bag program. The consolidated participants' responses in challenges encountered are the following. Difficult to use paper bag, forgot to bring eco bag sometimes, additional expenses, difficult to adjust as a customer, there are no proper information dissemination about the said ordinance. Not bringing eco bag, vendors are still using plastics, difficult to adjust as a vendor. The intervention plan are proposed to improve the awareness of market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers. Intervention plan also addressed the challenges that they encountered on plastic and polystyrene regulation that offered solutions for the full implementation and awareness regarding to Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation.
Conclusions. On the basis of the findings, the following conclusions were drawn from the study. Number 1. The market vendors, establishment vendors, and customers in Balay City are in high level of awareness in the City Ordinance Number 962, Article 7 regarding plastic and polystyrene regulation. They are in level of high awareness. Number 2. In the implementation of the City Ordinance in Balay, the market vendors, other establishments vendors, and customers have encountered challenges regarding with the awareness of Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation, and the City Ordinance Number 962. Number 3. The intervention plan are proposed to improve the awareness of market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers. Intervention plan also addressed the challenges that they encountered on plastic and polystyrene regulation that offered solutions for the full implementation and awareness regarding to Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation. Recommendations. In view of the findings of the following, recommendations are given. Number 1. The City in Balay, SEDMO, and LGU in Balay should take an action for strong implementation of City Ordinance for the improvement on the implementation of the City Ordinance Number 962. The City of Balay, SEDMO, and LGU in Balay should take an action for strong implementation City Ordinance. Human intervention would be the most effective way by providing proper dissemination of information and platforms or signage that beneficial in heightening market vendors, other establishments, vendors, and customers' awareness to fully adopt the proposed intervention of the researchers that could help the market vendors, other establishments, vendors, and customers in Balay City to maintain healthy environment and ensures public health safety by following the regulations and City Ordinance. Number 2. For the awareness of market vendors and Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulation in Balay City, it is recommended that the local government unit with partnership of the City Economic Enterprise Development, the Management Office, SEDMO will provide necessary resources and guidelines. Continuous monitoring and evaluation that enables the market vendors, establishment vendors, and the customers to adopt and apply the regulations in the use of plastic bags. regulating the use of polystyrene, Article 7 of Ordinance number 962, and the adoption of the residents on the mandate on bring your own bag program. For the future researchers, we should adopt the research study for the improvement and progress on Article 7, Plastic and Polystyrene Regulations, City Ordinance number 962, so that the market vendors, other establishment vendors, and customers could maintain and compliance in the long run.
Research, dissemination, and utilization. The study of plastic and polystyrene regulation on market vendors, business establishment vendors, and customers should be compliant with the regulation by having a willingness to follow and comply all the provisions regarding in the regulation. They should respond immediately so that all the concerns must be addressed to propose solutions. This elucidates that the City of Malaybalay should give knowledge and information to the market vendors and customers. Proper dissemination of information to strictly prohibited the use of plastic and polystyrene to fully aware on Article 7 City Ordinance number 962. This implies that the city should advise and inform the people that we shouldn't use plastic and polystyrene by checking on each establishment to see if they are aware with the rule and strengthening the awareness of the regulation including the penalties. Enforce the regulation and participation of individuals in the city ordinance is important in conserving the nature, maintaining community clean and green, reducing the production of plastic and polystyrene. That's all. Thank you.